is going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and today I'm bringing you guys another Spin Tires mod review. Now, this is something that I've wanted to do in Spin Tires for a long time, and that is drive a Hummer H1 Alpha, and we finally have a really well done model, a really well done just in-game mod of the H1 Alpha. The entire interior looks great, the exterior looks great, the textures look great, the tires, the wheels, everything about this H1 Alpha just looks very authentic, and I really like the look of this thing. So we're going to go ahead and just cut straight to off-roading, because I've only driven it, to be honest, about 100 feet, but it does really well. As far as performance about going through mud, it's quite good. I mean, it's gotta be, but, you know, it's gotta be because of what it is, but aside from that, though, it's not just good because it's a Hummer, and it's not just good because, well, and it's top heavy. It's top heavy as well, but aside from the top heaviness, and really, you're stuck in a tree? Okay then, come on. There we go, come on, oh my god. Okay, we're good, just relax. Relax, back it up, and we'll be fine, we'll be cool, as long as we relax and try not to flip it again. That's the only thing with this thing. It's top heavy, but it's really good through mud and up hills, but the top heaviness can kind of get in the way sometimes. Instead of trying to go around this mud, let's just try and plow right through it, because it looks like we might have to. Come on, there you go. It's still sloped, but we're getting a little bit of traction. Wow, you're stuck already? Dang, it was good through the mud I took it through earlier, but now it's just like falling to pieces, seriously. Come on, come on. Nope, none. No, it's not gonna do it. It's not gonna do it. Are you serious? Jeez, okay. Man, I would have thought it could do it. Nonetheless, it still does work out pretty well. I mean, in the conditions that you're going to use it in. Oh, God, don't flip it. Don't flip it, because that's the biggest thing you're telling yourself when you're driving this thing is don't flip it, because that's your biggest worry with this Hummer is don't flip it. Come on, don't get stuck, come on. There you go. There you go. I was worried that we weren't going to be able to make it up to this spot, but we finally managed to get this thing up here. And the cool thing about it, though, is just the fact that it is what it is. Like, you're driving a freaking H1 Alpha. I mean, that in itself is cool. That's probably the main reason why I downloaded this mod. I mean, I didn't download it because it was going to be, you know, the next best off-roader. I didn't download it because it was going to be, like, the most effective off-roader. I downloaded it because it was a freaking H1, and H1s are awesome. H1s, I mean, yeah, they have a whole lot of history, but aside from the history, they just look seriously awesome. I mean, just the way, the presence that you get from an H1 is kind of unlike anything else. I mean, the modern Hummers, well, I say modern, this really is a modern vehicle anyway, but the newer generations of the Hummers, they've kind of tried to recapture what the H1 had, but none of them, I mean, yeah, they're cool, but none of them really succeeded, in my opinion, of really recapturing just the sheer jaw-dropping presence of the H1 itself. It's just crazy. Just the way it looks, the way it carries itself. I mean, you just look at this thing, it's kind of like, it's a bit like you took an off-roader, a military vehicle, and a muscle car, and kind of combined them all together, and this is what you got. Because that's kind of the best way I can describe this thing, is really military vehicle, off-roader, and muscle car kind of rolled into one. I mean, you look at it and you could tell it's American. I mean, even if you didn't know what it was, you could look at it and instantly tell that it was an American vehicle, just because of the way it looks, just because of the way it carries itself. I mean, yeah, a G-Wagon might be better in certain situations, but who's gonna look crazier doing it, though? The G-Wagon or the H1? I mean, the G-Wagon, it's a close call. It really is a close call between the G-Wagon and the H1, but oh, there's that patrol just sitting down there on its side. Patrol that didn't make it. Let's bring it back. See if we can get over to the other side of this rock pit. We may be able to, maybe may not. I haven't actually tested this thing in rocks. It's trying. There we go. Dang, that was a pretty huge rock. I didn't even realize that was that big until we drove over it. Come on. There you go. It's getting traction, that's for sure. It's not digging in, which I really, really quite admire about this thing. It doesn't dig in. It doesn't get stuck. It just goes. It doesn't sink. Because that was actually one of my biggest concerns about taking this into any kind of muddy area, is that it would sink. Or any kind of soft terrain, really, is that it would just sink immediately. But so far, at least, it's been very good about that. It's been very good about not sinking, which is definitely a good thing. That definitely puts it higher up on my list as far as off-roaders to just to use in general, just to have fun in this game. Because, and there you go, I mean, it goes over these rocks. It doesn't have a huge amount of suspension travel, but, uh-oh, we might be stuck. We might be stuck. Let's see if we can get it off this rock, because I don't even know if we're going to be able to. We bring it back. There we go, just a little bit. See if we can just kind of shimmy it to one side of the rock. Nah, it's not. Come on, come on. Even when you get hard on the power, I'm not going to be able to go just straight over the rock. So maybe if we try an alternate approach. I was on the brakes, by the way. It's rolling backwards and I was still on the brakes. Brakes aren't the greatest in this thing. I'll just go ahead and say that right now. The brakes are not the greatest. Come on, crawl it. Oh, man, it's not going to... I don't think it's going to do it. It got up it before. Yeah, it got up it before, and it's not really digging in at all. It's just kind of bouncing off. Which is weird because, like I said earlier, well, as you guys saw earlier, it got over the rock. Maybe it's because that back tire is getting caught as well. Maybe if we take a little bit of an alternate route, not too different, but just a little bit of an alternate approach. Trying to go to the side just a little bit. As long as we don't get caught on anything, we'll be good to go. We can work our way around this edge, maybe, without hitting any trees. That's the other thing. Without hitting any trees or getting beached on this ridge. Turn hard. Power! Come on! Yes, there we go. Change direction one more time. Dang, come on! We've definitely discovered that lining this up is a little bit of a challenge just because of its limited steering angle, and yeah, the fact that it's a bit the fact that it's a bit large. Let's be nice and say it's a bit large. It just keeps sliding on that ridge. It doesn't want to turn. It really doesn't want to go to this side. Come on, keep it. Dang, still. We might have to actually see if we can fit between these two trees, which... Ooh, that, maybe? Nah, probably not. No, well, yes. Okay, then. Just gonna try and reverse a little bit just so we can get a little bit of a different approach, but... Other than that, it's working. It seems to be working, at least. At least the approach we're taking. Off-roading and spin tires, to me, is all about trial and error. Emphasis on the error. So, I end up getting into situations like this all the time. Keep sliding down the hill, and it's really hard to make this, to position it in such a way that I can actually climb back up the hill in the direction that I want to go. Oh, God! I thought I had it in high. We were in neutral. Is a mirror seriously getting caught? Dang. Keep it between the trees. Keep it between the trees. Yes. Yes. There we go. No problem. There's no road over here. I was expecting some kind of road, seeing as how it kind of drops off. It kind of indicates that there's going to be something over here. There's nothing. There's nothing but just barren woods. There's nothing here. Although, we might be able to get into a little bit of an adventure with this thing. And no, it doesn't knock down trees. Unfortunately, it does not knock down trees. Come on, never mind, jeez. These trees are so bendy, though. They're, like, all over the place. And you know what? Okay, I've had it with this part of the map. I'm gonna rescue it. I'm gonna rescue it. And then take it to that other side of the map that I usually go to with the larger trucks. Oh, hey, MAZ. Yeah, get the diff lock off and put it in high so we can get a little bit more speed out of this thing. Get that automatic to change down. The automatics, pretty much all the automatics in this game take forever to change down. I mean, if you guys have played spin tires, you know what I'm talking about because they will not change down quick enough. They wait and they wait and they wait and they finally change down. And it's like, I really wish we had the option of a manual in this game. I really, really do because you're just always waiting for it to change down. It's like you go hard down on the throttle and you wait and you wait and you wait and then you wait some more and then just, whoa, okay, got a little bit of air. But and then just when you're about to give up, then it'll finally change down. It finally changes down right when you're about to give up on it. Swampy sections. Swampy sections are actually really cool because they're not the most common sections to see. And I know I take this route a lot, but to be honest, it's one of my favorite routes out of any map I've ever played because it's one of those cool areas of the map that is really, it's really realistic, it's really well thought out, and it just looks like a realistic off-road bogging trail would look. I mean, it looks like a mud bogging trail here. It really, really does look like, I mean, you could say anything from a mud bogging trail to an old, unused logging road, pretty much anything you want to call it, along those lines. This road definitely resembles that, and it's actually probably, I want to say, even though it's not a very difficult area to off-road in, I mean, a lot of vehicles can get through it. Pretty much anything can get through it. At least anything in spin tires can get through it. Even though it's a simple area, it's not a boring area. It's actually, I always enjoy going through that area for some reason. I don't, there's no big reason why. I just really like driving through that area. And I usually never turn left here, so let's see. We got, yeah, okay, it's going to be mudding combined with a little bit of trying to get over some rocks. There you go. Come on, pull yourself out. There you go. Yeah, I should probably not go in the rocks. Should probably just kind of avoid them. Probably the best when you don't have the... Oh, man. Okay, here's our mission. Park the Hummer under those rocks. That is going to be epic if we can do it. If we can get over these rocks and park in here, that is going to be like the most epic thing ever if we can get this thing parked in here. Although I don't think we can do it because of the fact that it's getting hung up. It's a little bit too steep to get over it with the size tires that I have on this thing. Well, I see that as though I can change them, and I have no idea how to change them. Come on! It's not going to do it. It's not going to do it. Yeah, I mean, it was a good effort, and it was a good idea, but in the end, it just didn't have enough suspension travel, nor did it have big enough tires. But if you guys enjoyed this review of the Hummer H1 Alpha in spin tires, don't forget to leave me a like. Tell me in the comment section down below what you guys thought of it. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe for more. And I will see you guys in the next one. Talk to you guys later.